Hey, how is you? How you be? It's here is conservative Jake Mills coming at you yet again for another day, another daily edition of my views from a conservative standpoint. Well, looks like old Vladimir Putin has plugged up the war machine. He done put it into full throttle mode. He done invaded Ukraine. Done hit some of their military, hit some of their infrastructure with very calculated targets, with all indications that this here is a war. Ain't no doubt about it, people. Putin is serious. He done stormed on into old Ukraine. And now old sleepy Joe Biden, late to the party as usual, with these so-called sanctions that ain't going to do much, or ain't going to do a hill of beans. Hey, old Sleepy Joe, you're too late. You're too late to the party. You should have been putting these sanctions in place weeks ago. We looking weak. This administration looks weak. And what's this? What do you think other countries around the world are looking? How you think China is feeling right now, looking at the whole situation of how we handle it? Weak leadership. This here is the United States of America. We got the largest, most potent military in the world. We're the number one superpower. And we're sitting up here just letting old Vladimir do whatever he wants. Now, the way I'm looking at it one way, and part of me is saying, hey, just let them boys over there do what they got to do. We got enough problems here domestically. Let's just keep our nose out of their business. Well, too late for that, because we got investments in Ukraine. We've got some weaponry over there. We done vowed and made all these promises to protect Ukraine. We done made all these promises to the Ukrainian president. We done made promises to our NATO allies. So now we stuck up in this. But, as I said a couple of days ago, former President Trump was still in office, we wouldn't even be talking about no invasion right now. If old Sleepy Joe had kept that pipeline open, the Keystone pipeline open, to whereas we could make ourselves more energy independent. Right now we're energy dependent. We could have made ourselves more energy independent. And not only that, we could have been supplying some oil to our European allies so that they wouldn't have to rely on Russia as much. Whereas we could have enough oil and energy to take care of ourselves and help others. Look, Russia ain't never been our friend, ever. Now, I know former President Trump tried to cozy up to him, and they tried to go over there and have a little hoopla and all that. Let me tell you something. Russia ain't our friend, period. They're a superpower, nuclear superpower, just like we are, but they are not our friend. And what Trump tried to do was go over there and show leadership and show strength. And Putin respected us when Trump was in office. He don't respect Biden. He don't respect what's going on now. Because the way it looks like he can just walk all over and do whatever the hell he wants to do. And that ain't what America is about. We ain't supposed to be getting walked over by nobody. We ain't supposed to let nobody take advantage of us. But that ain't the case of what's going on right now. Sanctions, too little, too late, as far as I can see. Because I'm pretty sure Putin already planned for the sanctions. He ain't worried about no sanctions, people. This is weak. This is what weak leadership looks like. Now, I know 2024 is a long way off, but this administration has got to go. It's got to go. Weak leadership, far leftist ideology, and that is not what this country needs moving forward. So I would hope that you and anybody else who supports the conservative movement, anybody else who's with me, stands with Jake Mills. If you stand for Jake Mills, I need you to register to vote if you haven't already. And come to midterms, we need to cause a stir. Because see, ain't nothing we can do about old Sleepy Joe and Kamala for another 2 years. But we can weaken what they got going on. We can take back Congress so that we don't have to worry about it. And we can at least limit what they're going to be doing over these next 2 years. So let's take back Congress in November. And ultimately, let's take back that White House in 2024. We can do it. This administration has shown its weakness. And everybody who voted for this administration needs to flip the switch and come on back over to the right side of things. That's really where you want to be anyway. Well, that's going to do it for me for today. You guys take care of yourselves. And I'll see you on my next post. Have a good one.